Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this amazing Saturday meeting here over the web. Enlighten ourselves through amazing topics that we bring every Saturday here at the SSB. Still going strong here online until we find ourselves in a comfortable position so we can go ahead and hug physically, see one another physically, hopefully soon. And that way we'll be able to engage ourselves a little bit more. Until then, let us continue to do the best we can to keep ourselves safe. Tonight, we will have, or this afternoon and then into this evening, we'll have Alba Morales talking about Discover Your Language of Love. But before we pass the word to Alba and we engage in this amazing topic, let us read a passage of the book Happy Life, and by the Spirit Joana de Angelis through the hands of the medium Divaldo Pereira Franco. And then we will pray together. Joana de Angelis says, "We only appreciate the most important things in life when they have gone or we have lost them. Most of the time, people live like automatons and do not appreciate these inestimable divine resources: health, sleep, intelligence, a good digestion, breathing, the organs and the senses, movement, are treasures placed by God at your service, and you do not realize how glorious they are, using them up with abandon to acquire other goods that are secondary. Stop and consider the meaning of each of these gifts and protect them from the factors that consume them." If you wish to me to repeat this, please shoot us a message or contact us. I always keep these messages separated until the end of our talk, because it's never by chance that we choose them, even though it was open randomly. On this note, let us give thanks for this amazing opportunity that we have to utilize our senses, to utilize our connections, our intelligence to a greater opportunity than ourselves, than the mundane things that we come in contact. For that, we invite everyone to pray together with us, to acknowledge our presence here in our homes or wherever we may be, giving thanks for this amazing and lovely opportunity with our dear friend Alba Morales, who will talk about the language of love, who will guide us in this amazing topic this afternoon into this evening, setting the grounds, paving our feelings so that we can truly provide ourselves and one another the best that we can provide. May your minds, may our hearts be guided through this topic, not only now, but through the exercises that we will learn here tonight and how to exercise these teachings in the future. We are thankful for this amazing moment, and so be it. So as we were saying earlier, Alba will be speaking with us about the Discover Your Language of Love. With no further ado, Alba, I would like to pass the word to you so we can engage in this amazing study of this topic tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Leito. Hello, everyone. Hello, my friends, my dear friends from the Spiritist Society of Baltimore, from other spirit societies, from other places. Hello, everyone. It's so nice to spend this afternoon with you. And today we're going to talk about love. Who doesn't like to talk about love, to be loved, and to feel love, right? So today is more of a activity of a workshop. We sent a text message to everyone saying that you need pen and paper for this particular activity. So if you don't have pen and paper handy, just stand up and go and get it because you will need it later, and not a big paper, like a nice paper, okay, nice size, and a pen. Okay, so let us start by sharing our screen here. And therefore, we will share our PowerPoint. So today the topic is Discover Your Language of Love. And we are going to start by trying to figure out, to grasp the meaning of what is love, like the song, right? So to put us ourselves in the ambience, we are going to start with a poem of love. Where do we find love? In the smile of a child, in the beauty of a flower, in the tears of a mother, in the kiss of a lover. Love is present in laughter, innocently arising from a thought, in the greatness of nature, in the gracefulness of a bird. We find it in the hard work of many, and the rest that we deserve. Love is everywhere and nowhere. We can see it, but we know when it is present. We can hear it, but we feel when it is not. Love is in the power of the ocean, home of so many beings, origin of life and lives to be. Love simply is. Love is in us when we want it to be, for to us it was given if we care to use it. Love is eternally present, infinitely available, always serene, available. We can measure it, we can define it, we can size it or locate it, we can time it. Science has yet to provide it exists, as it can be replicated in the laboratory, duplicated in experiments. But we all know is in our depth that love is what moves us, moves the universe, gift of our Creator. We know love can become us in our own lives, in our acts, our thoughts, and expand. Contagious it might become, spreading with all its might to the entire world, replacing indifference, overcoming hatred. The spirit author is Ricardo Petrillo, and we can find this poem and many more poems of love in his book, Poems of Love, that was psychographed by his father, Claudio Petrillo, Dr. Claudio Petrillo, and also in collaboration with his mother, the Dr. Sylvia Nopchok. So this is for us to put us in the state of thinking of love, this transcendent love, beyond the romanticism, beyond the soap operas or some other TV shows, right? We want to grasp what is love and the essence of love. Before we start discovering our own language of love. And we bring here some statements, some expressions. The first one, God is love. And we find this in 1 John 4:16. God is love. So therefore, it seems like a love must be everywhere and anywhere. Let us continue saying, love is of divine essence because it is born from the sublime fatherhood of God himself. So bringing this to our human level, this love that we feel here, or according with Divaldo Franco, we feel love here, right? It is of divine essence. And this is a definition by Joanna De Angelis in the book Existential Conflicts in chapter 19. Let us see something else. Love summarizes Jesus' doctrine in its entirety because it is the sentiment per excellence. And we see this in the Gospel according with Spiritism, chapter 11, in the item 8. So that love that is coming from God, or it is permeating us, it is a sentiment, and it is the sentiment per excellence. And finally, we have another definition that we actually love very much. Love is the divine plasma enveloping all creation, the very breath of God permeating the universe. And this is from chapter 30, the book Thought and Life by Emmanuel. So this breath of God that's permeating the universe, and that we can see it in any creature in the creation, in this beautiful, sweet baby, in nature, in the galaxies, in the stars, in the microcosmos. How can we define love in me as a human being? What is this divine plasma? So we are going a little bit deeper, just a tiny bit deeper, and we're going to use the book again of Joanna de Angelis in chapter 19, Existential Conflicts. She talks about the psychogenesis of love. It's not amazing, the psychogenesis of love. And we took some excerpts from that chapter that we are going to read, okay? So she says that love, it is in its primary expression, manifests as the force entrusted with uniting the particles which make up mineral structures and which are transferred over billions of years to vegetable organizations, where it develops an embryonic nervous system in the sap that maintains life through the appearance of sensitivity. So love, that bread that permeates everything, start with that minuscule particle that unites, which make up the mineral, right? And we're talking about the mineral kingdom, that attraction, that force that attract the particles. That is love. And through billions of evolution, it appears as a sensitivity in the vegetable kingdom. Isn't that amazing? And Joanna continues saying that a new process unfolds over a period of thousands of years, works on the vibratory structure of the psychic energy of which it is made, allowing the unfolding of sensations up to the moment when the instinct appears in the animal forms. So we move from the mineral kingdom to the vegetable kingdom, and now we're in the animal kingdom. And Joanna de Angelis expressed that this instinct in the animal, she gives the example of a lioness, the lioness that is protecting her youth, that it is a form of love. And we see this in nature in so many expressions and in so many Facebook videos, the little female cat protecting the little kittens, etc., etc., or the female dog that is having their little doggies, puppies, and then a stray cat, little kitty comes, and these female dog adopt the cat. We can see this in nature, the little hand extending the wings to protect the chicks, etc., etc. That instinct is the expression of love, is the love of God, that is love. Let us see how this evolves. It is in that phase of modification that the sentiment of love begins, while it still gets confused with instinctive manifestations of primitive predatory forms against other expressions of life. They're talking about us, human beings. Those sentiments prevail that will inevitably lead to dignifying emotions. So we have here two levels for us in the human kingdom. We have the sentiments that they evolve and transform into emotions. So now we're at the point that love is an emotion. From perverse and selfish ownership in the barbaric state to self-denial and self-sacrifice in the state of spiritual lucidity, an entire spectrum of experience in the area of emotions, love takes charge of refining the edges of the ego, favoring the self with the beginnings of superior emotions. So we are filtrating our instincts and our sentiments, and we are transforming that into emotions. But those emotions, we need to depure that emotions in a higher level, and then we will have superior emotions. And again, all of this process is love. So let us see what happened here. We start with love as the force uniting particles in the mineral kingdom. Through billions of evolution, it expresses a sensitivity in the vegetable kingdom, and through billions of evolution, it manifests and expresses an instinct in the animal kingdom, and then we move to other billions of evolution to sentiments and emotions in the human kingdom. And what is the purpose and what is the next level in this psychogenesis of love? To acquire superior emotions, because our next level is to be in the angelic kingdom. And we have our role model per excellence, which is Jesus. Jesus expressed love while he was here walking earth and continues doing that as a spirit. So let us think in the expression of love of Jesus, but when he already acquires superior emotions, and then he needs to compress his spirit into the vibration of this heavy physical body, right? And come to planet Earth in a time in which the barbaric instinct in human beings were most around of the planet, and he come here with a specific message: love God over all things, love your neighbor as you love yourself. That was the message that he came to let us know, right? That to communicate love. However, we can start the journey in the opposite way. And Joanna de Angelis, again, she reminds us in the chapter 19, Existential Conflicts, the journey of love is always from within to the outside. So here in this chapter, she proposed that in order for us to love God, that we cannot define with our human mind yet. We don't have enough words or expression, but we have an intuition of what it is. So instead of trying to love something that we cannot grasp, Joanna is inviting us to say, start with you, start by loving yourself. And with the reading that we have at the beginning of the session, when she said, like, I don't take for granted your respiratory system, or don't take for granted the day-to-day lives. That's it. To love ourselves, to love ourselves, to love all the systems in our body, to love our character and our personality, to love the way we look, because nobody looks like us. Even if we have a twin brother or twin sister, there are differences. We are a unique spirit, among billions, trillions, gazillions of spirits in the universe. So when we start loving ourselves, it is a force that irradiates and will come out of ourselves and will touch others. And it is impossible to love ourselves and not to love others and to serve others. And we're talking here not in the selfish way, but the authentic way of recognizing ourselves as the children of God. And therefore, when we are loving our neighbor, when we are doing nice things for my spouse, for my children, for my friends, for my co-workers, when we are serving others, when we are volunteering, when we are building communities, when we are having projects that are going to benefit others, there we are loving God. We are loving God because God is love, and it is inside of us and inside of everyone. So here with this introduction of thinking of what is love and trying to grasp the essence of love and how it permeates us and how we are part of the breath of God of love, we're going to move to an activity. When we were inspired last July in the Spiritist Family Retreat, it was an activity actually for couples, for couples. And the activity was inspired by the book of Dr. Gary Chapman, The 5 Love Languages. And the activity that we're going to do now is inspired in this book too. So Dr. Gary Chapman, he established 5 preferred languages in the form of expression of love. And Dr. Gary Chapman is a doctor in philosophy. He's currently 82 years old. He's an associate senior pastor in the Baptist Church in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. He is the author of so many books. He also is a host for a very popular radio program. And when we were in the Spiritist Family Retreat working with couples, we were thinking, oh, wow, this is awesome also for anybody, for single people, for kids, for teenagers, for elders, for everybody, because all of us, we love and we like to be loved, you know? So also we discovered that Dr. Gary Chapman, he has another book, The 5 Love Languages. He has it for men, he has it for singles, for teenagers, of course for couples, and there is another one. So we can go and Google and we can find one of the books, the one that fit the best to us. And so he proposed these 5 preferred language in the form that we express love. And we are not going deep in the explanation because then we will spoil the activity, okay? The first one is affirming words. It's kind of self-explanatory, right? Affirming words, words that we like to listen. The other one is quality time. When we spend quality time with someone that we love. The other one is gifts. What kind of gifts? And for some of us that are coming from a different culture, the American culture, sometimes we perceive gifts as not as an expression of love, but as an expression like the person is trying to bribe me, is trying to get something from me. However, is a language that expresses love, gifts. The other one is acts of service. When someone is helping us in something that we need help. And then physical touch. And also, for the ones where we are coming from a different culture, particularly in our case, Hispanic culture, we touch and we kiss and we hug, and we don't know what is that physical distance between, the natural physical distance for a conversation, etc., etc. So some people, they like that. Some people, they don't. So what we're going to do now is take your paper and take your pencil. Before we move there, I would like to read here what it says in the very bottom of the cover of Dr. Chapman book. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. This is the 1 Corinthians 13:13, when Paul was writing to the Corinthians, right? Love is the most important one, is the column, or is the base, the foundation for everything. So are you ready for the activity? Yes? Okay. There are some rules. What is your preferred language of love? Do you know? So what we're going to think here is, we are going to think about ourselves, about me, Albita, or me, Diony, or me, Leo. Each one is going to think about him or herself. How I like to be loved. That's basically the reflection that we are going to do with the activity. How do I like for other people to love me? And here are the rules. First of all, during the entire exercise, you need to think only in one person that you love. It could be your partner, your spouse, your child, your friend, your cousin, your neighbor, someone that you love. But during the entire activity, let's say you choose your spouse. So you're going to think, because there are some questions. So in each question, you are going to think about your spouse. Or my daughter. So I'm going to think in my daughter during the entire time of the activity. It's not like oh, now I'm going to change for this question my daughter, for this question my friend, for this question my grandmother. No, it's the whole time you pick someone, your mom, your dad, whoever it is, and you stick with this person. Then you need to make a list of numbers from 1 to 21. So you can start doing that right now. And you will have one question with 2 answers per slide. You need to choose the answer that is most meaningful to you, the closest to you. And don't give it a lot of thought. Just go by kind of the impulse or the instinct, like I think this one. Don't give it too much thought. So it's one question, 2 answers. You need to pick one answer. The answers are in letters from A to D, right? So we have a question: what is your favorite ice cream flavor? A, vanilla. B, chocolate. You pick one of the letters. B, chocolate, and you write it in front of the corresponding number of question. And write your answer letter in front of the number that correspond to that question, okay? We hope the directions are very clear. Unfortunately, there is no way for us to see your faces or your hands if you have any question. That's one of the situations when we are doing this online, right? But hopefully it's clear enough, and we're going to do this little by little. So we're going to start, okay? Number 1, it means more to me when A, I get a note, text, email from someone I love for no reason at all. B, we hug. So you need to write your answer, A or B. Okay? 2, remember there are 29. It means more to me when someone I love and I spend time together, just the two of us. This is C. Or Someone I love offers to help me with something. D. Write your answer. We're moving forward. 3. It means more to me when someone I love gives me a gift as a token of our love of concern for each other. Or I get to spend uninterrupted time with those I love. Okay. Number 4. It means more to me when someone I love does something unexpected for me to help me with a project. Or we show caring affection to one another. Five, it means more to me when someone I love put her arm around me when we are in public, or someone I love surprises me with a gift. Number 6, it means more to me when someone I love gives me a present, or someone I love says, I love you, I care for you. Seven, it means more to me when I sit close to someone I love, or someone I love compliments me just because. 8, it means more to me when I get the chance to just hang out with someone I love, or I get a small, unexpected gift from someone I love. So you select the answer for number 8 and you write the letter in front number 8. 9, it means more to me when someone I love tells me, I am proud of you, or someone I love helps me with a task. Number 10, it means more to me when I do things with someone I love, or I hear encouraging words from someone I love. We continue with 11. It means more to me when someone I love does things for me instead of just talking about doing nice things. We're going to read this again. Someone I love does things for me instead of just talking about doing nice things. Or I feel connected to someone I love through a hug. A hug. 12. It means more to me when I hear praise from someone I love, or someone I love gives me something that shows they were really thinking about me. We will repeat the last one. It means more to me when someone I love gives me something that shows they were really thinking about me. Thirteen. It means more to me when I'm able to be judged around someone I love, or I get a back rub from someone I love. 14. It means more to me when someone I love reacts positively to something I have accomplished, or someone I love does something for me that I know they don't particularly enjoy. Let us keep thinking about love. It means more to me when, and this is 15, I'm able to be in close physical proximity to someone I love, or I sense someone I love showing interest in the things I care about. And we need to pick one, not the two of them, just one. 16. It means more to me when someone I love works on special projects with me that I have to complete, or someone I love gives me an exciting gift. 17. It means more to me when I'm complimented by someone I love on my appearance, or someone I love takes the time to listen to me and really understand my feelings. 18. It means more to me when I can share a meaningful touch in public with someone I love, or someone I love offers to run errands for me. 19. It means more to me when someone I love does something special for me to help me out, or I get a gift that someone I love put thought into choosing. And we are almost there. 10 more. It feels like we're in the school doing a test. The difference we're doing a test for love and out of love. 20. It means more to me when someone I love doesn't check their phone while we are talking to each other, or someone I love goes out of their way to do something that relieves pressure for me. Let us continue. 21. It means more to me when I can look forward to a holiday because I will probably get a gift from someone I love. Or I hear the words, I appreciate you from someone I love. 22. It means more to me when someone I love and haven't seen in a while thinks enough of me to give me a little gift. I'm going to repeat this one. Someone I love and haven't seen in a while thinks enough of me to give me a little gift. Or someone I love takes care of something I'm responsible to do, but I feel too stressed to do it at the time. So I feel too stressed. We will repeat, it's a typo there. Someone I love takes care of something I'm responsible to do, but I feel too stressed to do it at the time. 23. It means more to me when someone I love doesn't interrupt me while I'm talking, or gift giving is an important part of the relationship with someone I love. 24. It means more to me when someone I love helps me out when they know I'm already tired, or I get to go somewhere while spending time with someone I love. 25. It means more to me when someone I love touches my arm or shoulder to show their care of or concern. Well, we're going to repeat this one. Someone I love touches my arm or shoulder to show their care or concern. Or someone I love gives me a little gift that they pick it up in the course of their normal day. 26, we are almost there. It means more to me when someone I love says something encouraging to me, or I get to spend time in a shared activity or hobby with someone I love. 27. It means more to me when someone I love surprises me with a small token of their appreciation, or I'm touching someone I love frequently to express our friendship. 28. It means more to me when someone I love helps me out, especially if I know they are already busy. Or I hear someone I love tell me that they appreciate me. And the last one, 29. It means more to me when I get a hug from someone I love whom I haven't seen in a while. I hear someone I love tell me how much I mean to him or to her. Okay, so now we're going to the totals, to the results. So now is the time for you to count all your A's, all your B's, C's, D's, etc. Right? Just make a total of your letters. And here we have the results. So letter A, if you have the majority of that number of letters A, correspond to words of affirmation, meaning that you like to listen, to hear, to be encouraged, meaning that the word is the most important expression of love that someone else can give you or express to you. And it means that is the most dominant expression of love. However, sometimes there are people that they have a difference of one number or so between letters, meaning like all of us, we may like to have these 5 expressions of love. However, some of them are more dominant than others, and it also depends in what stage of our lives we are. So we already know that A is for words of affirmation. B is physical touch. It is important for us to hold hands, to be hugged, to have that kiss, the good morning kiss, the good night kiss, etc., etc. C, quality time, meaning what I truly value, if someone wants to express me her love or his love, just spend time with me. It doesn't matter doing what. We can have a coffee together or we can clean the garage together, but we are spending time to one another without distraction. That's the quality time. It's not like we're cooking dinner together, but I am cooking here and someone I love is sitting on the kitchen checking the phone. That's not, it's actually truly sharing that time. D is for acts of service, meaning that I really appreciate someone when someone is helping me, when someone is running errands for me, when I am sick, I can cook and my friend is bringing me dinner, that delicious lasagna, the pan de queso, or things of the sort. Acts of service when I am in an emergency and I call that friend at midnight and that friend is ready for me. If that's my dominant expression of language of love, is because I appreciate what others do for me. And the last one is gifts. I like to receive gifts. It doesn't matter how small or how big they are. I got excited. I love holidays, birthdays, or Christmas, or Hanukkah, whatever is there, because I know someone is going to give me a gift, and that makes me happy, and that makes me feel love. And if you want to take the tests, for instance, this test, we tweak it a little bit to accommodate our audience, like for everyone. But if you go to www.5lovelanguages.com and is on the screen, you actually will find different tests. So the tests for singles, the tests for the teenagers, or tests exclusively for men. And the questions are similar, but of course they're tweaked, they're changing according to the age or the audience. So we hope you like the exercise, but now by knowing what is the language that you like other people express them more, it is important now to have that conversation. So let's say with my spouse, with my partner, we need to have that conversation and even interchange notes if you did it together, or with my friend, or with my mother, or whoever was the person that I had in mind. It is as important as a part of the self-care and loving ourselves plan to express others how do we like to be loved. And if you need this specific test or exercise to do it, to give it to a family member, and then between the two of you, you have a conversation, definitely we can share the PowerPoint, okay? So we hope you like it and you feel loved and you feel the grace and the beautiful journey that is ahead of us in regards of developing higher emotions in the next realm. That is what is ahead of us. Still, we have so many of the barbaric instincts, but we are in the journey towards there. So by saying this, I love you and thank you. So now what we're going to do is, obviously, if you have questions, but also, if you feel like sharing, you can just type there, oh, my language of love is this or that. It would be nice to know if you want to share enough that is completely private and confidential, but it would be nice to know what are the languages of love, okay? So we are going to stop sharing here. So I have the chance to see the face of my dear friend, Leo.
Thank you, Alba. This was amazing, and as we wait for some of our friends. By the way, I would like to acknowledge everyone who is logged in here with us, who gave their hellos to all of us, their greetings, and they're following us as well throughout this amazing exercise that you brought us. So thank you for logging in and connecting with us. The one thing that I would like to go over with you here in terms of questions is the how much. How would you say that we should treat this if for example, my partner or the person that I'm directing this idea towards um, really was on, let's say, quality time, and I am a person who likes gifts, for example, and I'm giving this as an example only.
Mm-hmm.
So that was not what I got. I was sharing a little bit what I got. But how should we treat this? How, if my partner or if the person that I'm reacting this exercise or conducting this exercise together, if we have completely different answers, how can we use this for ourselves?
Mm-hmm. And actually, that's normal, that's common, and that is how it should be, right? We are different individuals, and we perceive things differently. What the next step, and actually, Dr. Gary Chapman proposed in his book, is to have an honest conversation. So this is just a tool for us to get to know, and this is actually a tool to improve our relationships to whoever is this relationship. So it's a tool for improvement. It's something that is going to give us, oh, aha, we're not really communicating well because I'm expecting gifts from you, and you're expecting me to be with you, only with you in certain times, and I thought you like gifts. So the next step is having this honest conversation. Actually, Dr. Chapman, he works with family and family relationships. So just imagine in your home, Leo, everybody doing this exercise, and let's see what are the results, and let's see how we sit around the table, even in a gospel at home, and we have the conversation and say, you know what, I really like one of your kids. Let's say she say, I like quality time. So as a parent, I already know that I need to deserve that time to her. or my spouse, like gifts, etc., etc. So it is for us to understand ourselves, but also to understand others and to learn how to love others, not only ourselves, right?
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, because at times, when I was answering these things, like, I know that this or that person may feel this way about it, and I'm completely away from that. So it's a great reminder, and yes, it is a tool for us to utilize it to better ourselves. We have a comment slash questions here, question here from Yasko, where she says, the way we evolved from mineral to vegetable and to animal kingdom, it seems the natural slash divine law called love just will also work in human kingdom with the same harmony. What went wrong with us humans? Hatred, indifference, prejudice, segregation, being very much among humans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand, Jesco, and I had the same question. What we really did here, it was a quick summarize of billions of evolution of love. But basically, all this hatred and what you mentioned there, it is a remain of our instinct phase. It is a remain when we were in the animal kingdom. So the way it expressed now in the human kingdom is through that type of feelings or emotions, like a um, intolerance or a hypocrisy, or because in the animal kingdom it's all about survival. It's all about self-defense. So we need the teeth and we need the claws and we need just to protect what? To protect me, first of all, and then to protect my young. And nobody is judging that lioness for killing whatever other animal that is attacking their young and saying, oh, but that lioness, she hates that hyena, to say something, right? However, those remains, those tendencies, the way it transforms into the human psyche is like that. So that is why we need these billions of years to practice, because it's a matter of practice. It's practicing, put it in practice, love, tolerance, communication, charity, etc., etc. So the more we do it, the more we are getting rid of or are changing actually our habits. So yeah, it seems like natural the process from the mineral kingdom to the vegetable one, but we don't know what are the intricate things that happen there. And actually, Joanna expressed this in chapter 19 of existential conflicts. I invite everyone to read the chapter. We express only the very first part of the chapter, which is the psychogenesis of love. But the chapter has two more parts. After the psychogenesis is how we express human beings, we express love, and what is the next phase in our evolution.
Thank you, Alba, and that was a very good question as well as an amazing answer that you brought as well to all of us. The next that I would like to share is Paula Smith asking, has this test been adapted for other cultures?
Paula, I don't know actually, but I would like to see that, right? Because when the first time I saw it in the Spiritist family retreat, we were working with international families. This was worldwide. So in our audience, it was not only Americans, it was people from South America, from Brazil, and from Europe. And we give it to all of them that way. But it would be very interesting to adapt to the expression of different cultures. But I don't know, Paula. Let us research.
I would like to add another one. Thank you, Alba, for answering that question as well. Aloysio asks, if gifts are by holidays or bought on holidays, wouldn't the feelings of love, let me show this, I'm sorry, if gifts are by holidays, wouldn't the feelings of love on Christmas, for example, would more fraternal and so forth? I think he was trying to say, if gifts were not bought in during holidays, that the feelings, fraternal feelings, the feelings wouldn't be more fraternal during holidays. I believe that's what he asked.
Mm-hmm. Aloisio, it depends of the person, actually, because one thing is that social media, that we're in July, but there is a specific channel that they are just passing Christmas in July, and it's a whole bunch of Christmas movies in July. They are trying to promote certain products for Christmas, so that definitely doesn't have to be with a language of love or with love or all. That is, you know, that is publicity to get something. However, when we, let us think Christmas and we give gifts because we want to give a gift. We think about the person. We, even if it's a handmade gift, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be small, it could be big, it could be cheap, it could be expensive. The point is what is the energy that I'm putting in that gift. And I want to give to my mother for Christmas this letter that I wrote expressing my love, and I need this scarf and give it to her. That is, that's actually the point of the celebration, that is expressing my love to others. And there is people that they like to receive that, no, because of the interest of, oh, what are they going to give me my birthday? Oh, should I get this gift card? No, it's the opposite. It's actually saying like, you, my friend Aloisio, you took time doing a painting of a character of Joanna de Angelis that I like, and you gave it to me on my birthday. So I know you put time and effort, and you were vibrating. Hopefully you love me as your friend, right? Vibrating for me as a friend, and I receive it. That's the point of gifts. And we impregnate the gift with our love. Because remember that love permeates everything. And that's the trick with the fluidic water, actually. It is we energize the water with what? With love and the spirits. So you are right. If we're talking about only commercializing things, that's very shallow. But when we put thought and give this gift to someone, it is meaningful.
Amazing question and amazing answer once more. I thank you for clarifying this. And I was going to ask a related question to what Paula asked, as well as now to what Luiso asked. And although I believe that this is not a perfect or complete exercise, and by the way, by in no way, I don't think the author really thought that this was complete, because there is much more for us to grow, until we, as we learn with Spiritism, that the angelic state that awaits for us, that we will learn even different feelings, right? So can does this test gives us a glimpse of who we are? And I'm saying this in a nice way. For example, if I like gifts, I appreciate material things, and like you said, there is a meaning behind that material gift, and that was well put. But can this help me to grow in this evolutionary path for us to get to this angelic being?
Yes, you see, I told you that gifts will bring this conversation because it's about our perception and our preconceptions about gifts. So if we think that giving a gift is too materialistic, and instead of giving a gift, I rather prefer for you to help me to wash my car, that is okay, because that's the way you are perceiving and understanding love. But there are so many people in this world that they perceive gifts as something different. We have friends that they like to do this little jewelry with stones, for instance. And this friend, this go to different beaches and rivers and collect the stones and clean the stones and the whole process, and finally create a little jewel given to someone. It is, again, it is the time that I spend doing this, the time that I spend at the store or in front of my computer navigating in Amazon. And it's only one of the languages. It's probably the one that this person perceived the more. But usually we have the other four is also part of our personality. It's a tendency. It is a tendency. But it doesn't mean because my primary expression of love is gifts, so I'm a very materialistic person and I'm not going to progress and to evolve, because there is the gift of time, right? There is the gift of company. There is the gift of conversation, a profound conversation. There is the gift of sharing enlightening movie or book. There are different types of gifts that is not only material. And then we have the second language of love and the third language of love that are not dominant but are part of us. I don't know if I answered your question, Leo, actually.
Yes, you did. And it's a transition, right, from one mode to another. And I also believe that based on the fact that that my partner or the person that I'm actually, or the group of people that I am working on this with this exercise, will introduce to me and say, look, I need to pay attention to their behaviors as well. That this is what they like to do. This is how it will correspond to the love that we're vibrating towards one another. So no, yes, you did. Before I go on, I would like to ask everyone, if you wish to do so, please share your result. I'm gonna do a couple of things here, so you have time to do so we can share it if you wish to do so. Please do so, and it's we have a couple more minutes to go over, and it's okay. At least I would like to share mine.
Okay. I will share mine too. Go ahead, Leo.
Right.
You first.
I was actually a act of service. It was a staggering 12 Ds. So yes, I think I find it very interesting when people put themselves as service, and I think this is a nice way for us to show how much we care for one another, right?
What was your second one?
My second one was C, quality time. So I think that it kind of goes hand in hand. That the quality time with the acts of service, acting or servicing together. I think this is an amazing concept that we can do something together to accomplish something together. I don't know if go ahead and share yours, and then we can go over.
I think it has to be also with the philosophy and the doctrine, the Spiritist doctrine, and the teachings that we have. Because believe it or not, my first language of love is acts of service, and the second one is quality time.
Okay, all right. So we're right there.
So it's also what it encompasses a complex, every individual, but and we're not going deep in this. This is not a deep analysis. It's just an exercise and a tool to start communicating to others. But gifts was the very last one in the one that I did, because of that preconception that we are bringing, in the culture. So
Yeah, this is a good point because, and it goes back to what Paula asked as well. Depending on the culture and everything, we see how gifts are, this very materialistic thing. But an act of kindness can also be a material thing, like you said, washing the car. That's still material to a certain degree, even though it's a service. But that says a whole lot in how we interpret what is material. So this is an amazing reminder for all of us to see even the actual language of love in different ways. The perception that gift not necessarily is the material thing. So we also have Yasko. Yasko also said 8 A's, which is words of affirmation, and 9 D's, which is act of service. Yes, amazing.
Oh, Jasco, that is good to know. We will continue telling you nice words.
Guess what? Aloysio also said A. He had 7, and he was actually. I'm going down now. Let me show you over here. Aloysio says 7 A's, 7 C's, and 7 D's. So words of affirmation, quality time, and acts of service. So great, great.
Wow.
Yes.
Aloysio, you're a very lovable person.
Now we know we should take these notes and kind of like that way when we're connecting with one another we know these
Mhm,
things, and it's nice to know that this is what moves and drives other people to better themselves, right? Because I
mhm,
mean saying some things for certain individuals really will not have the same effect of doing something or vice versa. So Paula also says affirming words. Let me see here. Affirming words was 1 point over acts of service. So
oh,
words of affirmation for Paula as well. It's nice to know, right?
yes,
But it's
yes,
nice to
yes,
share.
because uh, so now we know what to give Paula for a birthday, right?
She is very big with affirmations.
Or a nice poem, or a letter that I write myself, or a card, or something like that, or acts of service, because it also helps groups, communities like us to get to know us better in a deeper level, and also it will help us to avoid misunderstandings, because sometimes I dedicate a lot of time trying to do something for someone, but this person doesn't perceive what I am doing. It is an act of love. This person is perceiving like oh, she's washing my car. It's like recently someone washed my car for me. And I was inside my home preparing the talk, so I wasn't with the person actually washing the car, and
Right.
that person might be thinking, I'm washing here the car for her, and she's not even appreciated. I don't know. I know he appreciated. He knows I appreciate it, but it is a point of communication. I recommend for everybody to go to the website. It's www. I have to see it again. Um,
And one thing,
www.5 lovelanguages.com, and we can send it in WhatsApp or put it in our Facebook or. Mhm.
because one thing that I would like to say, a couple things here. Actually, let me go over a couple more here. Irasema also, she was between the C's and D's, so quality time and acts of service.
Mhm.
Dione actually was in the 9 C's, quality time. So whenever we're together, right, physically, she's happy. um, and then one thing that I would like to share mainly is that the reading from the beginning, right, that Jonah DeAngelo brings to us in terms of how we miss things when they are no longer in our hands, right?
Mhm.
Whether physically or whether that we have that love nearby. So I think this is a nice way, to connect with one another, to really emphasize what's most importantly in our reincarnatory plan, which is our interactions with one another, and how these interactions bring to us, allows us to grow, right, spiritually and mentally as well. I don't know if you have any other comments. I'll show what Chris also mentioned to us here.
Let's see, Chris.
Chris says 9 B's, 8 A's, and C's. So he is in the physical touch. Okay. He likes to hug.
Oh, Chris, you must be suffering during this time.
We have to pay him a visit. Wear mask, whatever, but we have to pay him a visit.
Oh, Chris. Yeah.
Definitely. So it is definitely a nice way to get to know even more, to deeper our connections.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
And to know that all of us, we are capable of giving love and receiving love, because that's the other point. Um, sometimes we are in the position of like especially for the ones that are parents, especially for Hispanic mothers, I will say that I know the most. We're thinking that is about giving, 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 and we don't open up to receive, or we don't open up to love ourselves. So if we keep giving and giving and giving and giving, we will at some point, like a battery, is going to be very low. And when the actually Dr. Chapman talks about your gas, your your gas tank or your love tank. So we keep giving and giving and giving, and the gas tank is very low, that we don't have any more to give. So how are we going to full or to fill that tank? Is by expressing others how I like to fill my tank, how I like to receive it. Oh, dear, thank you for making breakfast today. Or I don't know, things of the sort. So we need to fill that tank. And at the very beginning of his book, that is something that he talks about, and how the relationships between partners or family members, uh, it improves when everybody has their love tank almost full or full, right? Because everybody is connecting with the others. But when so, like, let's put the scenario of a family, and only one family member is the one that is giving and giving, and the other one is just in the position of receiving. This love is not going to renovate, because it's energy after all. And the person that is giving and giving is going to end up frustrated, and is going to ended up like is not appreciated, and etc. etc.
perfect. Thank you, Alba. One final thing. It's interesting enough that this is actually taking place. This topic is actually taking place in the academia as well, at work. I came across this topic years and years ago. I shouldn't say it. I should say about at least 3 years, in one of my classes that I took in college. It was actually a public speaking class, believe it or not, that the professor actually went over this with us, and went into this idea of, if you're dealing with the public, guess what? You need to understand the public. And she used this exercise, these teachings of love language and all these things, in order for us to interact with one another, as well as obviously interact with the public. You have to assess your surroundings, right? And this makes us, a great communicator, a great person overall, because we're not only thinking about ourselves, but about others. How can we make the best of our surroundings, including the people with us? Because
Mm-hmm.
the environment will change, obviously, if you're a clean person, but if you're vibrating with cleanliness, since we use the word clean, it will certainly go long way. So it's an amazing, again, topic to discuss, that is not just being done in the let's say in ways that we think is just something that is out there. But again, at work, schools are thinking about this already. In management, coming on my area of work, we are trying to understand how employees, how bosses are connecting with one another, and how that actually affects as well as the environment and the company that you work for. So I think that
Mm-hmm.
this is really interesting. So thank you again for sharing this with us.
You're
Uh,
welcome.
we unfortunately don't have much time. We wish we could continue with this discussion, but hopefully in the future we can do a follow up on this, right? On that note, I would like to invite you, Alba, can you say the final prayer? Or if you have any final thoughts, please do so, and then you can go straight into the final prayer, please.
Okay. Okay. Let us remind ourselves that we are a creation of God and we are part of that creation. And if God is love, we are. We are. That is our essence. We just need to polish that diamond that is inside our spirit of our soul. Let us also remember that we are worthy. We are worthy of love and we are whole and we are complete. Because sometimes we feel defeated and we are feeling with the last end of our rope, and we feel like we don't deserve love because we committed error or we made a mistake. But it is not. Let us remember that love always, always succeeds. Even when Jesus was crucified on the cross with such hatred, finally love came out as a light for all of us. And he demonstrates this. So let us remember that. We are a child of God, we are children of God, and we are part of the creation. And with this idea, let us accommodate ourselves again in our seat. Let us relax a little bit. And let us bring that universal love, that breath of God to our homes or the place and we are located right now. I invite everyone to close your eyes. To feel the serenity of this moment and to feel the loving spiritual company of our mentors, our family mentors, our guides. They are with us for no other reason than for love. They know us and they choose us to guide us in this reincarnation. And they will persistently be with us if we follow what is in our heart and if we follow the natural laws of God. Let us feel the embrace of the kind mentors that right now are caressing our head, vibrating in this soft blue light that is penetrating to our perispirit, coming to our body, and is showering us, bringing balance to the perispirit if necessary, and to our physical body. And every system in our physical body is feeling this loving light that we envelop our respiratory system, digestive system, nervous system, endocrine system, all of them. And all the cells are feeling this love, regenerating, coming to balance, coming to equilibrium. And this blue light is penetrating the mind of our spirit, bringing balance, serenity, and hope. And we feel this shower like an embrace, and we feel the tender love of our spiritual mentors. We also see how this blue light that is showering us is showering our homes, giving the benefit to every living being, to our family members. And this shower of light is expanding to our neighbor, our community, our working place, the place in which we go to study. And this blue light that is permeating everything is bringing peace and serenity, and is calming down the hearts of the ones that are suffering in blindness of the spirit. This light is penetrating their souls and is bringing them hope. This blue light is also caressing the hearts of those that feel that they don't have feelings or emotions because they were mistreated, they were abandoned, they didn't receive the care and love, and therefore their hearts are frozen, are hard like a rock. So this shower of life is softening their emotions and bringing them to a moment of peace, to a moment of inner enlightenment, and to a moment of progress. This shower of life is generous coming down towards all the people that is sick with COVID-19, bringing them the relief, bringing them the capability of breathe again. This light is enveloping their physical bodies, the spiritual bodies, bringing to balance, penetrating the immune system and strengthening their immune system so they can fight this virus. This blue light is strengthening all the workers in the front lines, bringing them strength and hope and value. And we see how our dear Master Jesus is embracing our planet Earth in this loving, tender vibration of love, because he knows, he already knows, that we will succeed and we will acquire the state of harmony, and we will acquire the state of love, and love will prevail in the planet after these moments of transition, after this moment of learning difficult lessons through pain and through suffering. So let us visualize our planet Earth being embraced with for our kind Master Jesus, vibrating in love for all incarnate and discarnate humans in this point of the universe. It is with gratitude that we conclude this moment of sharing, learning, and loving, and so be it.
Thank you so much once more, Alba, and have a good night, everyone, until we see you next time. Thank you.